Morning, everyone. Let's talk about sleep. Such a small world for something so unbelievably powerful. And yet so many people treat sleep like it's optional, like it's a luxury, like it's a weakness to rest. But your brain, your nervous system, your mental health depends on it. Because sleep isn't laziness. Sleep's repair. Sleep is recovery. Sleep is survival. And when we don't sleep properly, the world changes shape around us. Things feel heavier. Our patience become a little thinner. Anxiety gets louder. Depression starts to dig in deeper. Stress hits harder. And sometimes people blame themselves for struggling mentally, when in reality their mind is simply being exhausted for far too long. You see, while you sleep, your brain is doing something incredible. It's processing emotions, it's sorting out memories, it's repairing neural pathways, it's balancing chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, it's lowering stress hormones like cortisol, it's resetting your nervous system. Sleep is like the emotional first aid of the brain. Research consistently shows that poor sleep is strongly linked to anxiety, depression, emotional dysregulation, burnout, and even, dare I say, sometimes risk of self-harm and suicidal thoughts. And honestly, most people know what exhaustion feels like physically, but emotional exhaustion, that can feel invisible. And that's the dangerous bit. Because someone can still go to work and put a smile on. They can still say, I'm fine. While internally their nervous system is screaming for rest. And the sad thing is, many people can't sleep. Not because they're lazy, but because their minds won't let them. Trauma, stress, overthinking, it could be financial pressures, loneliness, grief, social media, shift work, relationship problems, and the list goes on. The body may be tired, but the brain stays alert. Almost like it's trying to protect you from something you just can't quite understand. And if you've never laid in bed at 2 a.m, replaying those conversations or thinking about those mistakes, or worrying about tomorrow, feeling your chest tighten while the world sleeps, please know this. You're not weak. You're just overwhelmed. And there's a difference. And that is why sleep hygiene matters so much for mental health. And this is why it's really important. But you've got to remember, it's not about being perfect. It's not rigid routines. It's just small acts of care towards yourself. And this can help. Things like putting the phone down earlier at the night, reducing caffeine late in the day, creating a calmer sleep environment, trying to sleep at similar times every day, allowing your nervous system to slow down gradually instead of expecting your brain to switch off instantly. Because your mind is not a machine, it's a living emotional system. Breathers exercises can help. Gentle music can help. Reading can help. Taking a nap can help. Therapy, medication, all these sometimes can help too. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit to yourself you're exhausted. Not just physically, but emotionally. You know, mental health, we often talk about healing as some huge dramatic breakthrough. But sometimes healing starts with things that are far simpler. A good night's sleep, a rested mind, a calmer nervous system, one peaceful night where your brain finally gets to unclench. And that matters. You matter. So tonight I want you to remember this. Rest is not weakness. Sleep is not failure. And you do not have to earn the right to recover. Your mind deserves rest. Your body deserves peace. And your mental health deserves that care. So put the phone down tonight. Have that early night. Reduce your caffeine intake. Go for a walk before you go to bed. And try and sleep well, my friends. Not because the world demands it, because you're worth looking after. I'm Keith. I'm a mental health nurse, and thank you for listening.